This episode opens with this well-constructed comedic sequence. We get these two scout troopers just dialoguing between each other. Favreau is obviously great at writing comedy. Taika Waititi is obviously well-versed in directing comedy. They cast two actual comedians to play these parts. It's just obvious to me that all the cast and crew were put together so well to make this a successful sequence.
Can I see it? Did you not just hear that Moff Gideon killed a dozen of his own troopers just to make a point? Okay, I get that point. Do you get the point? Yes, I get the point. Okay.
The stormtroopers being bad shots gag might wear thin eventually, but not yet! I laughed in delight at these two struggling to hit a nearby target. Even though these two are likable characters, the fact that they kept on hitting Baby Yoda was just a great setup for their eventual brutal deaths.
Knock it off. I said, shut up. Served you right.
Oh man, and their deaths were so brutal. IG-11 just destroying these two was so satisfying. That's what you get. That's what you get for hitting Baby Yoda! I love this tense staccato snare roll of this music in this episode. It's like the composer for the show continues to surpass his contemporaries, in my opinion. I do find it convenient that there was an escape route so close for our heroes to use. Now it's very difficult for them to enter it, and the setup of this heavy repeating blaster does make it a suspenseful sequence, so I'll give the plot convenience a free pass in this instance.
I found the sewer vent.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Now this show has been able to keep us immersed by not revealing a lot of information about our lead character, but here in the final episode we do get a lot of satisfying reveals. His name is Din Djarin. He was adopted by the Mandalorians. We all kind of knew this, but still the confirmation of it was satisfying. And the reveal that Cara Dune is from Alderaan also adds a lot of depth to her character.
I am sure that Republican shock trooper Cynthia Dune of Alderaan will advise you that she has witnessed many of her ranks vaporized mid-descent.
Oh my god! The score in this flashback sequence is so beautiful, yet haunting, yet somber, yet just, it glides along. The composer for the show needs to win awards, eh? If IG-11 is programmed to protect Baby Yoda, obviously, it makes absolutely no sense for him to bring him into a firefight. He should have gotten on the Razor Crest and just fled. Just fled! In saying that though, obviously this action scene is awesome. There's so much movement and excitement in it. I mean, it makes no sense, but it was fucking great. Seeing our team engage the Empire all together, working as one, was so great. Their dynamic is amazing and engaging, and this was a great action sequence, just edited, filmed, everything. It all came together beautifully. Baby Yoda's Deus Ex Machina powers could become overplayed and underwhelming. How many times can he save the day? Well, here in season 1 he does it twice, so it's still fresh and it still works. But this is an obvious pitfall that Favreau will have to avoid in upcoming seasons of the show. I thought the way that they revealed Pedro Pascal's face finally was well executed. It made sense that he was able to reveal his face to IG-11 because he's not a living being. It also reminded me of Jedi a lot when Luke finally takes off Vader's helmet and he's been built up as just like incredible being of evil and significance and power, and then he just takes his helmet off and he's just old, broken, withered man. The Mandalorian was like that. You've built up this moment for so long, it's been so important and everything's been leading to it, and then he takes off his helmet and he's just some guy. He's just some guy. So in this episode, I thought the Mandalorians are going to emerge and help our heroes to escape the Imperials. But this reveal of their empty helmets was so much better. This creed is already on the crest of catastrophe, and this blow to their numbers is so... it's such an impactful moment for our protagonist. It just... crushing. They can't afford for more people to die, but a fuckload of them just died. Din Djarin has a great character arc over this season. He takes on the responsibility of becoming Baby Yoda's surrogate father. He earns his signet and he's able to overcome his preconceived biases about droids. They murdered his family and his entire village, but still he's able to learn that they're not all evil. Now this is just writing 101, a character arc. But even so, simple and effective story ideas are very satisfying. Very satisfying.
Until it is of age or reunited with its own kind, you are as its father.
The little dialogue exchange here is such a great setup for season 2. Din Djarin trying to find out the secrets of the Jedi and taking Baby Yoda back to his homeworld and learning about this race that we know nothing about. I'm so on board to see this in season 2. Show it to me now!
You expect me to search the galaxy for the home of this creature and deliver it to a race of enemy sorcerers?
This is the way.
I could have done without the scene of the blacksmith lady beating up the stormtroopers. She's already been set up as a significant, dominant, matriarchal prophet. She doesn't also need to kick ass. It was just a little bit cringy for me. Lava weasels, they live near lava, they're also weasels. Once again, Favreau sets up this moment perfectly. He introduced IG-11's self-destruct mechanism in episode 1, and all the emotional beats to get to this moment work perfectly. Even Mandy, or Din Djarin as he's known now, even Din Djarin is sad about the death of this mechanized menace, because he saved Baby Yoda so many times. And he will. Once more.
But you'll be destroyed.
And you will live, and I will have served my purpose.
No, we need you.
There's nothing to be sad about. I've never been alive.
Haha, I love the acknowledgement of Baby Yoda's force powers and how they can't be used to solve every situation in this show. That was great, that was great.
Come on, baby. Do the magic hand thing.
Nah, Mandy's arm should have been dislocated in this scene. In all seriousness though, this was an exciting action set piece, and I once again enjoyed Mandy's indie-style fumbles as he tried to mount the detonator on Moff Gideon's TIE fighter. Am I still in frame? I loved this episode for the team dynamic that they set up. I've said several times that their chemistry and dynamic together worked well. So it's really sad for IG-11 to die and Kara and Apollo Creed to leave. I know that those characters would obviously show up again, not IG-11. But part of me just wanted the team to stay together and this be like a collection of characters going on this adventure. But, I mean, I'm still completely on board. This shit's amazing. So we pretty much get confirmation that that guy with the spur samples was Boba Fett. Mandy, or Din Djarin, has his signet as a necklace? interesting. They obviously have some kind of relationship together. I mean, hey, of course I look forward to seeing Boba Fett in season 2. Perhaps? Maybe? Boba Fett? Is he coming in? I don't know. I also think setting up Moff Gideon as the main antagonist for season 2 is such a great idea. I mean, the actor that portrays him is amazing. He was obviously awesome in Breaking Bad. And then we get this reveal of the Darksaber, I believe it's called. Now, I said before, I don't know anything about the Clone Wars. I've only watched a couple of episodes. And when I watched this, I was like, oh, that's some type of a lightsaber thing, maybe? And then later on, when I talked to my mate Marky, who you all know,
fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off!
he described this thing and the significance it has to Mandalorian culture. So that's all very interesting. Don't know anything about it, but I mean, I look forward to it all unfolding. In conclusion, this was a great end to season 1. We got a lot of revelations that we were waiting for, and it did a lot to set up all the story beats in season 2. The premise and outline for what's going to happen sounds really exciting to me. Do you see Rise of Do you see Rise of Skywalker? Do you see how effective, simple... Oh, fuck me, dude. Do you see Rise of Skywalker? Do you see how compelling and satisfying, simple and effective story beats can be? You don't need to tell some crazy, big, epic, blah mess of fucking Palpatine and zombies and Star Destroyers and all the Sith living within people. All you need is really simple and effective story writing elements. Alright, thank you for watching, and it really help out if you guys could like, subscribe, and in the comments tell me how I got all the facts wrong and how my opinion is null and void. Thank you, and